If you're brand new to a carnivore or meat-based diet, or you just want some inspiration on some of the items that you can pick up next time you're at the store, we wanted to give you a simple grocery list that you can bring with you to make it easy. These are many of the foods that we include in our weekly rotation. By including the wide array of foods mentioned in this list, it will also provide you with a wide array of nutrients, vitamins, minerals, and fatty acids. Now, many people on the carnivore diet will find success by limiting their foods to specific food groups, such as ruminant only or BBBE. And this strategy can work great, especially if you're on the diet for elimination reasons or to identify food sensitivities. This also adds to the simplicity of the diet and can make carnivore easier to adhere to. But if you're looking to increase the variety in your diet and include some different nutrition sources, then you can use this list as a guide. Many of the cuts on this grocery list will be moderate to high fat. As your carbs will be inherently zero or very low on a meat-based diet, then dietary fat will be your primary source of energy. Now, there are a number of reasons why somebody would want to increase the variety of meat that they include in their diet. Increasing variety can allow you to not get bored or have feelings of restriction. Over-restriction may lead to a reversal to old unhealthy eating patterns, especially if you have dealt with restrictive eating or food addictions in the past. By including different meats, you'll get to experience a different variety of tastes, but maybe more importantly, a different variety of textures. If you've ever watched cooking shows or food channels in the past, they occasionally mention mouth feel. They are referring to the texture of the foods when they are in your mouth. This could be crispy, springy, chewy, tender, among many others. Eating a variety of textures can help someone stick to a diet and not get bored. Even textures like tender can have a wide range. Think a tender steak versus a slow-cooked, melt-in-your-mouth roast. They're both tender, but both very different. Increasing variety can also change the types and proportions of nutrients in your diet, specifically the compounds, vitamins, minerals, nutrients, and amino and fatty acids. Perhaps you've identified a deficiency in a certain nutrient, or you want to prioritize certain nutrients in order to reach a certain health or body composition goal. For example, omega-3 fatty acids may help with brain and heart health and may reduce inflammation. In this situation, you may want to include more fatty fish into your diet. So here's a simple grocery list that you can take with you next time you go to the store. We will leave a free download link down in the description below for a printable version. The list will include the approximate fat to protein ratios of all the foods mentioned in this video. I will also leave a bunch of recipes down in the description below for some great ways to prepare these groceries. Now let's get into the list. The first item on the list is eggs. Now this is a staple on the diet. Cheap, fast, tasty, and delicious, eggs provide a great amount of protein and healthy fats at a great ratio. Some people have a sensitivity to the whites. If so, just eat the yolk. That is where the majority of the nutrition is, while the white contains most of the protein. You could eat chicken eggs, and if you're adventurous, you could try duck eggs or quail eggs. Look for pasture-raised eggs for a greater concentration of omega-3 fatty acids and other nutrients. The next item on the list is a fatty, slow-cooked beef cut. These are cuts like chuck roast, beef brisket, short ribs, oxtails, or beef back ribs. These are some of our favorite items to include on the diet. Going back to the comments about mouthfeel and texture mentioned earlier, you just can't replace the experience of tender, juicy, fall off the bone meat. These types of meats typically require more time, either low and slow in the oven, about 2 to 3 hours, or a slow cooker for 5 to 8 hours. Or you can speed up the process with a pressure cooker or Instant Pot. Because these types of meats have a lot of connective tissue to break down, they are typically higher in collagen, gelatin, glutamine, which can be beneficial for skin, bone, joint, and digestive health. The next item to include in your list is steak. These are cuts like ribeye, strip loin, porterhouse, or leaner cuts like tenderloin, sirloin, and flank steak. If you purchase the leaner cuts, you will likely need to supplement it with additional fat. These are quick cooking cuts, typically 5 to 8 minutes aside, depending on desired doneness. Like all red meat, steaks are a great source of vitamins and minerals such as B12, iron, and zinc, selenium, and fatty acids such as stearic acid and CLA. They are also rich in many beneficial compounds including creatine and taurine, which can benefit muscle maintenance and function. Now, speaking about the fat and protein amounts for the foods in this list, if you are on the carnivore diet for fat and weight loss, we do want to announce that we're hosting a masterclass on the 4-step formula to accelerate your weight loss results in carnivore on January 7th and January 14th. The times and dates will be listed on the screen, as well as the registration links will be down in the description box below. So if you are looking to kickstart your weight loss in 2024, make sure to register now. In the masterclass, we'll be going over how to determine your own individual fat amounts, protein amounts, fat to protein ratio, as well as the top mistakes that keep people stalled with fat loss on the carnivore diet. So make sure to register now. Registration is first come, first serve, and there are limited spots available. At the end of the masterclass, we will also have a live Q&A where we can hang out with all you guys, meet you in person, as well as answer any questions that you may have on the carnivore diet. Make sure to register now. Registration details are down in the description box below. Ground beef. Ground beef is another cost-efficient staple that we always have an ample amount on hand. One major benefit of ground beef is that the fat content is very easy to control, as it comes in many pre-made blends. While the fat and protein content in the other cuts mentioned in this list can vary greatly depending on the grocery store or the farm, as well as many other factors. We've seen the blends range from 50-50 lean meat to fat content all the way up to 96-4. Just select a fat content that best matches your macronutrient targets. You can also get pre-portioned ground beef burger patties. Most chain stores have these. We like these because they're extremely simple to make, either on the stovetop or the air fryer. The next item to include in the list is bacon. We include bacon, well, because it's delicious. Although not the highest in protein, it's an easy way to increase your fat intake. Our favorite way to cook it is to put it in a cold oven, increase the temp to 400 degrees Fahrenheit, and leave it in until desired crispiness. If you are sensitive to the curing process of bacon, such as the added sugar, look for no sugar added bacon, brands with minimal ingredients, or opt for pork belly instead. Pork belly is just uncured bacon that's not cut up into thin strips yet. Pork belly, bacon, and pork in general typically has a higher concentration of vitamins B1, B2, and B3 compared to beef. The high thiamine, B1 content, may add with metabolic function and is great for overall health. The next item we like to include in our list is some type of pre-made sausage. One brand that we've really been liking are the T.E.A.L.S sausages. We recently went to Costco and picked up some T.E.A.L.S sausages and got to try them for the first time. Since these are not available in Canada, we had to cross the border to get them, and we're glad we did. So many of our clients like to include these in their diet, and after tasting them, we totally understand why. Not only are they fast and convenient, they are made with minimal ingredients and 100% grass-fed beef. When looking for packaged meats or sausages, always check the ingredient label to make sure they don't have any artificial ingredients, preservatives, or added sugar. While you should prioritize unprocessed foods, having clean options to have in a pinch can help make the diet more sustainable. The next item to include in your list is a fatty, slow-cooked pork cut. These include items like pork shoulder, pork back ribs, pork side ribs like St. Louis style, or spare ribs. These cuts and pork in general are typically more cost efficient than other meats. If cooked right, they can be a great addition to your carnivore diet. We like to cook them until they are fall off the bone or shred apart easily into carnitas. Like the slow cooked beef cuts, they also require some time to get tender and delicious. Our favorite ways to cook them are low and slow in the oven, the pressure cooker, the grill, and if you have one available, a smoker. Dark meat skin on chicken. These include items like chicken wings, chicken thighs, chicken drumsticks, all with the skin on. Chicken is typically quick to cook, under 40 minutes in the oven or around half that time in the air fryer. Like pork, chicken is high in B vitamins, especially vitamin B6, which can help metabolize protein and synthesize amino acids. Dark meat in particular is richer in nutrients and contains greater concentrations of iron and zinc compared to white meat. Make sure to eat the skin because it is a high concentration of monounsaturated fat. The next item to include in your list is salmon. The main reason we include fish in our diet are the many reported benefits of omega-3 fatty acids. Salmon is quick to make, frozen fillets take only 20 minutes in the air fryer and they come out nice and crispy. There's also a decent amount of omega-3 fatty acids in grass-fed beef, but it's not always the most accessible, so fish is another great option. We like all types of fish, but lean towards salmon because of the fat content, and because it is so easy to buy in bulk, either frozen or canned. Salmon is also rich in selenium, which can aid in thyroid health, and it contains the compound astaxanthin, which is an antioxidant that may reduce the oxidation of LDL cholesterol and protect the brain and nervous system from oxidation. The next item to include in your list is butter and tallow. These are both great ways to increase your fat intake from healthy fat sources. Grass-fed options typically have a higher concentration of nutrients and is typically more accessible than grass-fed meat. I would use tallow when cooking at high heat and use butter to melt over foods or when cooking at low and moderate heat due to the low smoke point. The next item we pick up is cheese. We typically lean towards hard-aged cheeses like aged cheddar or Parmesan due to the lower lactose content. We like to use cheese to add some additional flavor to our meat dishes as well as combine it when making carnivore recipes, such as quiches, chaffles, or casseroles. Cheese is a great way to increase the fat content, however some people do have sensitivities towards dairy. Cheese is very high in calcium and vitamin K2. Here are some bonus snack or quick options that you can include in your diet. These are great options if you are on the go or in a pinch and need some food to keep you going. We have reviewed the ingredients in these products to make sure there are no artificial ingredients or preservatives. Some of the items we have tried include chomp sticks, pork rinds. Make sure the ingredients are pork, lard, and salt only. Some pork rinds are cooked in seed oils. Always make sure to read the ingredient labels. Carnivore crisps, epic provision bars. We typically look for flavors that don't include sugar or honey in the ingredients. Beef jerky, making sure it's no sugar added. And the last one is canned sardines. These have similar benefits to salmon and are super convenient. We hope that this list provides you with a great starting point if you're trying to broaden your palate or on a meat-based or carnivore diet. These are some of our main staples, but there are also so many different cuts above and beyond this list. So have fun and experiment with different cuts and cooking methods. Increasing the variety has really helped us stick with a low-carb diet in the long term, and we hope it does for you as well. Until next time.